something, I don't know. Okay, it's come to sit down, make it comfortable for you, and from there, every time you feel uncomfortable in the sitting pose, please feel free to change that sitting pose. And yeah, today the topic will be open-minded, being open-minded about thoughts of other persons. Not, of course, not always, but being open-minded about the world, about your view, and oh God, honest. So okay, then yeah, I hope you sleep well if you played games all night. I hope you sleep well and rest well and find a lot of energy for maybe the next day and see you in the next yoga lesson. So breathe in deeply into your belly, into your chest. And sit up straight here from the sitting bones to the top of the head. Get longer. Belly into the chest. Get longer. And then breathing out. Breathing in into the belly, into the chest. Deep into the belly, to your lower belly. And then the upper chest. And see how that feels to you. What does change in your body if you're doing this? Just breathing deeply. The belly into the chest. You can put the right hand on the belly, left hand on the chest, and feel how the right hand is moving up. And then the left hand is moving up. And then just release again. Release this breath out. And in again. And out. And in. Being open-minded of what kind of signals your body sends to you if you're doing this really deep. Looking at these signals without judging if it hurts or if it feels good. And of course, if it hurts, then maybe change something. Maybe change your sit. Breathing in deeply into the belly, into the chest. And from there, bring your hands by your sides and bring the hands up into the sky. Breathing in deeply into the belly, into the chest. Breathe in when you lift your arms up, and breathing out when you release the arms down. And from here, let's leave our arms down here, so we're not breathing, and we're breathing in, and we're lifting them again. So just briefly making small breaks here when the hands are extended, or when the hands are at the floor. Just holding your breath for a moment. Taking complete control over your breath. Taking complete responsibility for your breath. really going deep here, to the belly, into the chest. Really focusing on your breath and see what's happening. And then slowly release. Bring the hands on your thighs and move the hands forward and backward and really connect with the hands on your thighs. What do you feel? Do you feel the warmth? Do you feel maybe some hairs? What do you feel where? What do you feel on the thighs? And then moving the shoulders forward, upward and backward in the same movement as you're doing with the hands. Shoulders forward, upward and backward and down. Don't go too much here, but go a little. Go how it feels good to you right now. Not too much, not too less. Taking completely all the responsibility for your body that you can, that you don't want to hurt yourself. You want to push yourself a little, see where your limits are, but not too much. Keeping a feel-good balance. Right now. Good. How does it feel in your hands? One more time. How does it feel on your thighs? And then release the hands. Release the shoulders down. Bring the arms forward. Fingers are pointing vertical. Then extend the thumb and bring the thumb in. And extend the thumb again and bring the thumb in. Just continue like this. Around 10 times. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Shake your wrists a little. And fingers vertical again. And bring the circling the thumbs forward here. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whatever forward means to you. And check in with what does your left hand do, what does your right hand do. And how it feels if you're doing this. Good. And changing the sides. Maybe the left hand moves in a different way if you're doing this. Then change the sides, go into the other direction. That's all right. Leave everything happen. Don't control it that much, but make the movement with the thumb. And see what's happening with the rest of your arm, with the hands, with the fingers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Shake your wrists a little. Shake your fingers. Shake your shoulders. Good. How does it feel? Then bring the hands up again. Vertical. Make fists. Go up and down with the wrists. Up and down. Up and down. How does that feel to you? Shake the wrists, shake the fingers. And then from here, bring the hands up again. Thumb, one hand up, thumb to the side of your body. Then grab on with your other arm on the thumb and push out of the thumb. So out of the thumb socket, if you want. And release, shake your arms. Other side around, thumb up to the side, grab onto the thumb and push out from the thumb socket out. Fingers pointing down, then releasing, shaking the arms, shaking the fingers, the wrists. And from there, bring the fingers together, interlace the fingers and go left and right with your wrists. Left and right. Maybe go in an 8, in an endless 8, if you can do that. Or maybe go into the other direction. And then fix your right arm, grab on with the left arm, and start to move. Only with the left arm right now. See where you can go. How does that feel? And then fix the left arm, grab on with the right, and see where you can move the left arm without using any muscles of the left arm. And then, most fun part, come back into the middle and see how you're moving both arms together right now. See if you can move the elbows a little, if you can move the shoulders a little too. And slowly release, shake your wrists. Good. And from here, bring the hands together, warm them up a little bit. And bring the hands 5 mm in front of your eyes together, so you feel the warmth of the hands on your eyes, on your forehead, your skin. Close your eyes. And go really close with the palms. You can feel the warmth. And then go down with the palms. So you're slightly pushing the forehead, so touching the forehead. And not pushing into the eye holes or something, just giving there the palms and slowly drawing down with the hands. Closing your eyes for a moment. How does that feel? And breathing in deeply. And this kind of hand position is kind of like bringing the shoulders forward. If you're not aware, right, you can of course push your shoulders back, but if you're not aware, it's kind of like doing this rounding here. This is kind of a negative posture. You're protecting yourself. You're starting to breathe shallow, right? So let's open this up again. Bring the hands to the sides, 45 degrees. And push out of the shoulder sockets. Maybe even bring the shoulders a little bit to the back. But as the hands are pointing forward, the shoulders are already a little bit to the back. And if you're getting longer here, maybe in 45 degrees, a little bit up, pushing out of the shoulder sockets, getting longer from the hips to the head. Imagining that you like to hug the world right now. Hug the world. So you need to get more space between the hands right now. And also, from the fingertips, engage them. So, fingers away from the fingers. Each finger wants to get a lot of space. So, imagining hugging the world and get longer. Hip bones hip bones to the top of the head. And get longer from hand to hand. Stand out from the shoulder sockets. Breathe in deeply. Into the chest. And again, focus on your breathing into your belly, into your chest. And one more time, as deep as you can, even deeper than before. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Stand out and smile and slowly release. Good. How did that feel to you? Good. How does it feel right now? And then bring your chin to the right side of the shoulder, looking over the right shoulder. Breathing in deeply into the belly, into the chest. And then breathing out, changing the sides. Chin to the left shoulder, breathing in deeply. Breathing out. Coming back to the middle. Bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Breathing out, releasing to the front, changing the sides, left ear to the left shoulder. And breathing out, changing the sides again. To the front, head to the front, to the right ear to the right shoulder. Breathing in deeply. Breathing out to the front and change the sides. Belly into the chest. And breathing out to the front and change the side. Breathing in deeply. Change the side as you're breathing out, the front. Continue here. Your own rhythm. Belly into the chest. And breathe out, change the side. Come to the right side, right ear to the right shoulder, and come up with your right hand and bring it to the left ear. And just give there the weight of the hand, release the right shoulder, and maybe draw a little bit down with your left shoulder. This is optional, you can stand also in the position that we just found before without the hand up there, without the left shoulder drawing down really. Breathing in deeply. Breathing out, releasing to the front, changing to the left ear to the left shoulder. And bring the left hand up, releasing the shoulder. And drawing down with the right shoulder. Breathing in deeply. And breathing out, come to the front and down, and bring your head up. From here. See how your body feels right now. Then bring the hands together, push into the mounts of the fingers, claw the fingertips a little bit and push in. Push in a lot. Into the mounts of the fingers, these here. Push into them, into the other mounts of the fingers, of both hands. Claw the fingertips a little bit. Push in and release. And again, pushing in and release. So push in a little bit harder and then releasing again. Pushing in and releasing. Pushing in, clawing a little bit and releasing. Again, pushing in, release. Push in and release. Good. Pushing into the mounts of the fingers, claw the fingertips a little and release. One last time, pushing in. Good. And now a little secret, shake your wrists a little. When you do this and pushing in, you will see a little hole between the palms and the fingers opening, so you can look between to a light source and you should see a little hole between palms, maybe between the index, the ring finger, I meant the ring finger, the little finger and the middle finger. There should be a little hole, or somewhere a bit there. We all are a little bit different, layouted, all our bodies, so it might be a little bit different. And from here, bring the hands together, pushing into the index finger mounts a lot and lifting the fingers off. And together. And lifting the fingers off. And bringing them together again. Lifting the fingers off. Together. And lifting off. And together. Release your arms, shake them a little. How does that feel? Bring the hands up. Let's make some blinkers with the fingers. As you would like to get the attention of somebody in a crowd. Imagine you're kind of looking over there and you're seeing somebody and you want to get his or her attention, and then you go like, ah! Give me your attention with the fingers. Hey there, hey there, hey there. And you really need to go fast, otherwise he or she doesn't see you. So, go fast. Good, shake your wrist. You got his or her attention, awesome job. And then bring the right hand to the right side, get longer in your left side body from the sitting bones up to the top of the fingers. Get long, so you want to have your right side long as well, both sides long right here, right now, from the sitting bones up to the fingers. And then release, changing the sides, breathing in deeply. So anytime, I repeat this again, anytime you feel uncomfortable in your sitting pose, feel free to change it. Long, from the sitting bones up. Just leaning a little bit over, so you find more length, but keeping the right side long as well. And change the side again. Belly in and up. And release. Good job. From here we are arcing up from the lower spine, slowly up, arcing up, looking up, rounding down from the top of the head down. And arcing up again. The lower spine up. Rounding down. Arcing up. rounding down, arcing up, rounding down, arcing up, rounding down, arcing up, rounding down, arcing up, round, rounding down. And from there, slowly come into all fours. No, all fours? I meant like standing up. All fours is later. If you'd like to join the next session, you can do so. We're now standing up. Yeah. Oof. Stand up. Come to a good stand. Whew. And shake your legs a little bit. How do your legs feel right now? As you were sitting for a long time right now, more than 25 minutes, how do your legs feel right now? Give them some time to recover. From there, start jumping and waking up your whole body, releasing all the muscles that are not needed right here, right now. So the shoulders, the neck, the head, using all these muscles, making sure that you're not jumping in any pit, so you can leave your eyes open. Because I've got like a cat just in front of me, so really making sure I'm not doing that. But otherwise, you can close your eyes and just see where you're going to. So here I can do it. Releasing the neck, releasing the head a lot, releasing the shoulders, and let the head and the shoulders jump as you're jumping. And the elbows and the wrists and the fingers, all the muscles that are not necessary for holding the balance, for doing the jumping movement, you can release them. Good. And from there, slowly slow down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open the eyes again, and how does this feel? Then come into a hip width stance here. One of my favorite exercises we're doing right now. Again. Then we're bring your hands to the side, release all the muscles there, engage the knees, engage the thighs, and we move from the belly button to the left, to the right, left, to right. Make sure you have some space around you, otherwise you're kind of hitting stuff in the way. And engage the knees, engage the thighs a lot, so all the movement is coming from the belly button, not from the thighs. Super hard for me still. I'm still already doing this pose or this movement for quite some while. Still, it's super hard. Looking either to the front or to the right and to the left. And let's take it a little bit further today. So we're throwing our right hand up and then down. When it's back, throw it up and then down, up and down. Release to the gravity as it's coming back down. Right? Yeah. And change around. And back into the middle. And let's go with the left side. And then come into the middle again. And change around both hands, forward and up, down. Make sure you have enough space behind you. And see what your shoulders are doing here. Just looking just straight. Straight is the best here. If you're doing this, and then come back to the middle. Engage the knees, engage the thighs a lot. Slowly close your eyes and we count down 5, 4, get slower and slower. 3, 2, and release. Not stopping but releasing this movement. And see if you can still feel some impulses in your body, left and right. If you can feel these impulses, that's where the center of your body lies. From here, let your body shift a little bit forward to the toes, then to the right. Release the arms where they are, release them, keeping the feet connected to the floor, to the back. As good as you can. Not falling, but finding where the limit lies. Then to the left. To the front. To the right. Take your time here, really. Taking your time. To the back. The left. The front. And change the side to the left. To the back. To the right. To the front. Left. Go in your own rhythm here. Just finish up this circle here. Make it your own. Make this your own yoga lesson. And then come back into the middle. Good. And from here, really feel balance. Feel the weight distributing amongst your feet, amongst all the edges of the feet. And distributing the weight. From there, really be mindful that all the movement that you're doing with the hands and the waist is coming somewhat from the foot up. And to be really grounded means that you have a lot of energy in the upper body. That's important to know that. So you're moving safely across the world, wherever you are. Let's come to the front of the mat. Yep. Let's just quickly bring the right leg back, bend the right knee a little, stretch the front leg and lean a little bit down. Just a little, check with your lower back that it's not rounded, so you can check with the vertebrae on your spine that they are not pushing out, that you don't feel them right now. So if you're like rounded like this, you should feel the vertebrae. You don't want to feel them, you want to come up and then lean down from there. Hinge at the hips as good as you can until you find a good stretch in your thigh. You don't want to bend the front knee through, but you can bend the back knee. So the front knee is not like straightened through, but bend it a little. Good. See where you find the sweet spot. Sweet or salty spot, whatever kind of person you are. If you're more the salty person, you can find the salty spot. Yeah, and then you can do the same thing on the other side. Bending the back knee, extending the front knee, not completely through. So keep it bent a little bit, the front knee, just this tiny bit, so that it's safe. Check if your lower spine, where the sweet or salty spot is. Or the belly in and and then release, come back up again. Shake your legs a little, good job. And from there, come down, lie down on your mat. And lying back. From there, grab on between your legs through with your index and the middle fingers, either on the big toes. And we're going like a little bit crazy to the right and to the left. Beep, falling to the right, to the left, falling to the left. Extending the right leg up, the left leg up. Whoops. Watch out if you have a cat next to you, or a dog, or any other kind of animal. And just being a happy baby pose, giving your spine a little bit of a massage. And then extend your legs. Extend your legs. If you like to do something else, you can do that right now before coming in Shavasana. So as said, there's a second lesson. If you like to join the second lesson, it gets more physical. Than that, please just come into Shavasana right now. Extend your legs. Toes are facing away from each other. Arms are lying by your sides. Palms are facing up into the sky. Lying on your back, closing the eyes. Just be, and I will get you back to your body in around 4 minutes, 3 minutes. Just be. Deepening the breath. Slowly start to move your fingers, your toes. When you're ready, come back to your body and draw the knees in towards your body. Shift yourself to either the left or the right side, coming to lie down on your side body. And there, breathe in deeply into your belly, into your chest. Bring your hands, come back into a final sitting pose with your next breath. Bring your hands in front of the heart together. And as soon as you're there, thank you for your openness. Honor your openness today towards your body, towards other things. Honoring this and letting it go, knowing it will come back to you if you need it. Release the arms, open the eyes, and welcome back. Welcome back after this little sweet or salty yoga lesson. We're going now into the next 45 minutes that is more physical. So I'm Marcel, I'm your instructor. This is Wujalia over here. I don't know if you can see her that much. She's a little cat here, and up here is a dragon, a plushy dragon that is here for energy, motivation and entertainment. He's called Shawn, and together we are teaching here yoga every day in 2020. I hope you enjoy. If you like to join in, please come to a floor and sit up on a sitting pillow for just a moment. We're just doing some breathing, some centering, and then we're starting. From here, bring your arms by the sides, breathing in deeply into the belly, into the chest. And releasing passively out, actively in, into the belly, into the chest. Making it a little bit deeper. Breathing in deeply right now. Bring your arms up. Directing your breath now with the arms. Breathing in as you lift them. And breathing out as you bring the arms down by the sides. Releasing them down for a little moment. Not doing any in-breath or out-breath. Not any inhale or exhale. Just holding the breath and then breathing in again. Bringing them up. Holding up here for a moment. Breathing out, bring the hands down. Holding the hands down. Hold the breath. Breathing in deeply again. Deeply and constant. Holding the arms. Holding the breath. And breathing out. Okay. And from there, coming back to your natural breath, making it deep. Or always remembering in this yoga class that you can make your breath deeper if you need some extra energy. To the belly, into the chest, important. And from here, let's shift slowly for our best intention to all fours. And today's topic is being open, being receiving towards other ideas, being receiving towards signals from your body. And we really want to bring our shoulders over the wrists and hips over the knees. And from there we are arcing our body slowly up from the lower spine up. And then rounding down from the top of the head, slowly down. And arcing up. Lower spine, slowly up. Rounding down. Cat-cow. Breathing in as you arc up, vertebra by vertebra. And rounding down from the top of the head down. Breathing in again. Already here, push into the mounts of the fingers. So we are learning this by doing it always, always. And clawing the fingertips a little bit. Also, you can place your fingers really wide, and so index finger is pointing a little bit forward to the front of the mat. Arcing up. Rounding down. Arcing up. Rounding down from the top of the head down. Arcing up. Round down. Good job. And from there, bring our hands a little bit forward on the fingertips, keeping the hips over the heels as good as you can. And get long, long, long. Hold your chest up, so not sinking through completely, but keeping the shoulders engaged. Hold the chest a little bit up. The head is an extension of the spine, and breathe in deeply into the belly, into the chest. Let's see how it feels. Keeping the shoulders engaged, the arms engaged. Belly into the chest, finding more space in the lower spine. And then slowly moving up with the arms, placing the hands on the mat, pushing into the mounts of the fingers a lot. Then shifting yourself, the knees up into the air, pushing into the front of the mat a lot with the index finger mounts, stepping up and down with the heels, breathing in deeply. Just first downward facing dog, hips into the sky. Doesn't need to look perfect. It shall feel good to you right now. Maybe bring the toes on the mat for a moment. Push in a little bit. Change around. Other toes to the mat. Push a little bit into your toes. How does that feel? Good. Then release down. Knees down again. Come back into all fours. From here, just release the shoulders down a little and push out. Down a little and push up, down and up, and down, up, down, and up. Good. Shake your wrists. Shake your fingers. Good. And then come back forward. And first of all, we are just engaging our belly, engaging our chest here a lot. And we try to keep belly and the chest exactly where they are. And then we shift all of the weight to the left hand. And we lift up with the right. Come to our shoulders and go down again. And again, distribute the weight first through the hands a lot, drawing the belly in and up, engage chest, and then shift the weight slowly from balanced position of the hands to just the right. And meanwhile you're doing that, you're controlling your belly and your chest, that it's not shifting at all. Holding it completely in place and bring the right arm to the right shoulder. And changing around again. Keeping your shoulders over the wrist as good as you can, and go one more time, each side. 3, concentrated. Go. Concentrate and feel your body. Good. And from here, we're going a little bit further. This is optional. You can do also the same options as before. So shifting, bring the knees up. And now we're doing it with the knees up. Same thing, as good as you can. So probably there's some shifting going on, but trying to push into the mounts of the fingers, good. And claw the fingertips as good as you can. And let's go just 3 times each side. Trying to move as little as possible. Good. Let's come down again. Good job. And from here, let's come into good all fours. Bring your right arm forward, left leg back. Get longer from the back leg to the top of the fingers. Long, long, long. And then breathing out, drawing the knee and the elbow together. Out. And in, arcing up. And out. Go slow. And out. Go 3 more times here. Changing the sides here. And left arm up, forward, right leg back. Then get long from the back leg to the top of the fingers as good as you can. I could shift a little bit back here, so see it a little bit better maybe. And then whoop, maybe check that your back leg is somewhat straight. Drawing in the knee and the elbow together, breathing out. Extending, arcing up, and in together. Inhale, exhale. Three more times. Last time really controlled. Slowly release down. Good job. And from here, shift your body left and right with your hips. Bend the elbows a little bit and just find what feels good in your body right now. So maybe doing a snake-like movement, thinking like a snake, or shifting yourself backward to downward to child's pose, or coming completely forward, but leaving the hands where they are, leaving the knees where they are. Everything that feels good to you right now. Bend your elbows maybe, release the head, release the neck. And then bring the hands forward, pushing into the mouths of the fingers a lot. Shifting yourself to downward facing dog again. Longer from the heart to the fingers. From the heart to the hips. Bend your knees a little bit. Get longer from the heart to the fingers. And then next step from the heart to the hips, longer. Bend your knees more. Looking forward to your fingers, slowly stepping or jumping forward. Forward fold here. Bending your knees maybe a little. Grab onto your elbows. And shift yourself left and right a little. Feels good. Bring your hands to the hips. Bend your knees more and stand up with a straight back. Bring your arms into the sky. And bring the hands in front of the heart together. How does your body feel right now? Awesome. Release the hands. So just a quick interlude. So we are engaging the body from the hips to the shoulders, engaging the chest and the belly, extending the arms to the sides, and we're shifting slowly to the right, and then to the left, and to the right, and to the left. And so your leg that lifts up on its own. You don't need to do anything there, but it lifts up kind of as the hip is shifting up. And you keep the body, this box in your body, your belly into your chest, as good as you can. Good. And release down, release the arms down. Shake your wrists, shake your fingers. And slowly we're warming up our wrists a little bit more so we can go up to a handstand again. Training some more handstand today. Awesome job. So just preparation, it's accessible to everybody. Don't worry about it. There will be variations, so it's accessible to everybody. Slowly come down to the mat and step back into all fours. Come down in a way that feels good to you, but make it with awareness. Move with awareness here right now, and being open that if something feels too much, listen to your body. Being open and aware to this. And now from all fours, we take our hands a little bit back, and we're doing wrist push-ups. First of all, for your information, if you bring the hands further away, it gets harder. If you bring them more in, it gets easier. So find your practice spot today. And from there, we shift the weight towards the hands. So if you do it the first time, you probably want to be rather close to your knees. So maybe like me, shifting all the weight towards the mounts of the fingers. I hope you can somewhat see it. I can come a bit forward. A lot of the weight over the mounts of the fingers, over the wrists. So from the, and then we want to lift up, not with the hips like this, not like this, but we shift the weight there and we push up from the mounts of the fingers here, up and down, and we release down again. And we shift the weight there and we push up and we go like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release for a moment, shake your wrists. Check in with how that feels. And then we go a little bit more if you can, or count again to 10 if it feels awkward for you. For the moment, go slower and maybe change your index finger mount pressure, the pressure you're pressing in. If the index finger mount has to be there, then push up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go, no, again, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 1. And release. And you should feel kind of a warmth or even like a fiery sensation in your lower arm here. And then go again. Push into the mounts of the fingers a lot. And push up. 17, 18, 18, 17, 16, 14, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release. How does that feel? Shake your wrists, shake your fingers. Cube. And then bring your hands forward, push into the mounts of the fingers a lot. And we're doing the next exercise, which is pushing ourselves down as we're jumping. So we're coming into downward facing dog here, shifting the hips up into the sky, bring your chest a little bit up, bend your knees, and then we jump just this little tiny bit. And as we're pushing right now into the mounts of the fingers, as we did just before at the wrist push-ups, it pushes us down. So when we're here, when we're jumping, it pushes us down. So just maybe jump a little bit. And it pushes us down directly. And you can even pressure a little bit more, put a little bit more pressure in there, and it pushes us down directly. Then release, bring the knees to the sides of your mat, big toes together, and sit back. Extend your arms forward. Release the head down as good as you can. Breathe in deeply, then the belly into the chest. If it's hard to breathe, you maybe want to bring the knees even more to the outside of the mat, so you have more space to breathe into the belly. Belly into the chest. Shift yourself back up. And we're going one more time. So bring the hands forward to the mat, pushing into the mounts of the fingers a lot. Fingertips, index finger mounts somewhat pointing forward, pushing into the mat. Shifting up. Slowly bending your knees and pushing up and down. And you can try to make this with a good downward facing dog position. And trying to keep this downward facing dog position as you pushing yourself up. So you can go really low here. Little jumps. Completely fine. Or you can jump a little bit higher and higher. And then slowly come down again. Shake your wrists. Awesome job. And then quickly check the time. That's good. Come forward to your mat, push your index finger. Yeah. Bring the hands to the mat. Step up into plank position. Bring the legs together. Sit together. And shift to the left side. And bring your hips up. Draw the belly in and up. Extend the arm up, shoulders onto the back as good as you can. And add as an extension of the spine here. Then bring the arm next to the ear. And if you like, so variations, front leg to the front. Sorry about that, I forgot the variation. If you're new to this, bring the front leg to the front of the mat and push your hips up. Variation 1. Variation 2, stagger the feet. Choop. Variation 3, extend the right foot up and bring your arm up, draw the belly in and up. Variation 4, bring the foot in on the thigh, bring the hand either to the ear, next to the ear, or up into the sky. If you fall a little bit out of it, smile about it. And slowly release down, changing the sides. Breathing in deeply one time, downward facing dog. And come to plank and changing the sides. Again, fronting to the front. Variation 1, pushing the hips up, draw the belly in and up. Variation 2, complete side plank, feet staggered. Your hand is a little bit to the front, not directly over the shoulder. Next thing, leg up into the sky, draw the belly in and up. Next thing, bring the hand up into the sky, get longer. And variation 4, hand in, hand up, leg in to the thigh, hips up still, belly in and up, good. And release down slowly. Good. Come to downward facing dog here. Making it juicy for you right now. And then slowly stepping, jumping forward. Forward fold, bend your knees, and stand up with a straight back. Bring your arms up. Good job. Shake your wrists. And from here, let's do one time YTWA to get our shoulders a little bit involved. So coming into a chair pose, bring your arms up into the sky, shift your hips back, knees over heels. Draw the belly in and up, get longer from the hips to the fingers. And from there, let's come into a Y position, bring the arms to the sides, shoulders onto the back, knees over heels. Then come into a W position, shoulders onto the back, knees over heels. And T position, arms extended away, shoulders onto the back. And A position, arms to the back, away from the back. A, awesome. A like awesome. Let's come back up, bring the arms up into the sky. Draw the belly in and up, get long, and release the arms in front of the heart. And just release the arms, good. From here, come to the front of the mat, and slowly make yourself down in any kind of way. Feels good to you. Place your hands on the mat. Push into the mounts of the fingers a lot. And then shift all the weight of your body there to your arms, to the wrist. Push into the mounts of the fingers a lot. Step a little bit back. Draw the fingers back towards you. All the weight again to your arms. Step a little bit back. And like this, we're going all the way until we're at the back of our mat. Yeah, somewhat. Until we're at the back of the mat, then we walk forward with your arms. Let's wait for everybody until everybody's here. And from here, Let's go forward and down. Elbows by your sides. Hold this. And then push up again. Breathing in deeply. And down. Holding and pushing up. And down. Holding and up. And walking back with your arms, with your hands. And from here, breathe in deeply. And we're making the same way, same transition back to the front. So hands forward, foot width distance away, shift all the weight there. And slowly shift all the weight there. And step up. Little steps. And then bend your knees, stand up with a straight back, bring your arms up into the sky. Belly in and up. And forward fold. One more time, if you can. Otherwise you can also do sun salutations if you know them. Shift all the way towards the hands. Step back a little. Yeah. Until we are at the back of our mat. And then walk forward with the hands. Come into plank position. Let's wait for everybody here. Breathe in deeply. And then breathe in. Go down 90 degrees with the elbows forward and down. And push up. And down. And up. And down. And hold down. Good job. Hold. 3, 2, 1, push up and walk back with the hands. Hoop, hoop, hoop. Good job. And from here, shake your wrists a little. Place the hands forward. Foot width distance away from the feet. Shift all the way towards the hands, to the wrists. And step forward. And when you're at the front, bend your knees, stand up with a straight back, send your arms into the sky. And hands together in front of the heart. Awesome job. So let's come to standing position here. Just stand right now. Bring the arms up into the sky and push up through the palms. Up through the palms and draw the fingers down. Belly in and up. Pushing up through the palms. Fingers down. And again, one more time, pushing up mindfully, drawing the fingers down, push up through the palms, fingers down, out of the shoulder sockets and release. Oh, shake the palms and turn. Yeah, you don't need to turn, you can just look. I'm turning so you can see it better. Pushing out of the palms, drawing the fingers back towards your body. Good. Bring the fingers back, back, back. Pushing out of the shoulders and release. Shake your wrists. How does this feel? Good. And from here, let's come to the shorter sides of the mat with our feet. So we bring the feet a little bit outside, extend our feet a little bit, push into the outside of the feet, and make sure if you extend your arms by your sides that the feet are approximately below, so the ankles are, the ankles are approximately below the wrists, approximately, completely. And from there, hinge at the hips, forward, hinge at the hips. From there, check your lower spine again. Always check your lower spine, that there are not vertebrae pushing out, and then you can go a little bit deeper. And from there, if you engage your knees, engage your thighs, and slowly come down. Round forward completely. Release your head, release your neck. Good job. Then let's go to the left side. Say hello to the left toes. Hello, left toes. How are you doing? Then go to the right side. Say hello to the right toes. Hello, right toes. How are you doing? Come back to the middle. Bring your hands to the middle of your mat, either on the mat or off the mat, not in between. And then push into the mounts of the fingers a lot, claw the fingertips a little, and then jump in with your feet, whoop, and jump out again. And let's go for 10 times. So we shift all the weight to the arms, to the wrists, to the hands. Jump in and out, and in and out. Good. And then, when you did that, take your time, breathe in deeply, and slowly come up again. Here. Step back together, shake your wrists. Let's come to the wall. So 3 variants. First of all, variant 1, accessible for everybody. So let's do that together right now. Come to a wall, bring your hands onto the wall. From there, 90 degrees into hips. Look forward between the wrists. Just barely between the wrists. So you lift your head a little bit up and look with your eyes between the wrists. And extend your arms. Get long. Oh, good job. Draw the belly in and up. And we're now doing the exact same upside down if you like to. If you don't like to, you can just stand in this variation. And then there's a third variation. Let me just quickly show you the variation 2. So variation 2, you're sitting down with your hips on the wall. You're measuring the distance with your heel. And we put one index finger there and then put your wrist there. And then step up on the wall. And push into the mounts of the fingers a lot. And do the exact same thing as before, drawing the belly in and up, and we're up here. This is variation 2, can go either there, and variation 3 is, and just show it quickly, and then you can do it, plank position, close to the wall, then stepping up on the wall, and slowly walking up, until you are at the top. You can walk even closer, but keep in mind that you need to push into the mounts of the fingers a lot. And then stepping down again, pushing into the mounts of the fingers, clawing the fingers a little bit. Good. Now you can do either one of these variations. So variation 1, on the wall with the hands, completely fine. Variation 2, measure the distance with the foot, hips on the wall. Variation 3, plank position, walking up with the hands and with the legs, close to the wall. Either one of these. Giving you the time. Breathing in deeply. And then slowly come out of it. Slowly, slowly come out of it again. And make your way to the mat, lying on your back. Extending the feet. And bringing one leg up, grabbing onto the leg below the knee and pushing a little bit back. Shoulders are onto the mat. Engage the knee, engage the foot and draw a little bit back. Toes up and then draw the toes down, the foot down. Toes up again, foot up again. Toes down, foot down. Toes up, foot up. Toes down, foot down. Toes up, foot up. And continue like this. Release the leg down. Change the side. Left leg up. Grab on below the knee. Toes down, foot down. Toes up, foot up. Engage the knee. Toes down, foot down. Toes up, foot up. Toes up, toes down, foot down. Toes down, toes up, foot up. Toes down, foot down. And release the leg slowly down. And then jack. Last thing to do, some whirlwind. Release the knees to the right and to the left. The front knee is making this movement first. Make sure you're not hitting a cat or a dog next to you sleeping. And just relax your hips. If you like to do something else before coming to Shavasana, Shavasana will be really short. Feel free to do so. And then extend your feet. Bring your arms by your sides, palms are facing upward. And just be, toes are facing away from each other. And just be for a minute. Deepening your breath. Start to move your fingers, start to move your toes. When you're ready, come back to your body and draw in the knees towards your body, keeping the eyes closed if possible. Then shift yourself to the left or the right side, coming to lie down in a side body position. From there, feel grounded. Relax all the muscles. Check in with your shoulders, with your neck, with your tongue. Check in with your arms, with the elbows, with the wrists, with the fingers. With your chest, with the belly, with the hips. With the legs, with the knees, with the toes. Lower legs, toes, ankles, feet. All the muscles, release all the muscles. Breathe in deeply. Feel carried by the gravity of the earth. Breathe in again and lift yourself up, coming into final sitting pose. Bring your arms in front of the heart together. Honoring this openness that you bring towards the body, towards the signals of your body, and maybe towards other aspects of your life. But now letting this openness go, knowing that it will come back to you whenever you need it. Release the arms, opening the eyes, and welcome back. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. And I feel very honored. Next to that, I'd like to say, if you want to check out more of my content, check out my YouTube. Subscribe and hit the bell there, and maybe comment on somewhere if you like. And yeah, if you like to get more in touch with me, join my Discord. Say hello there, and I will reply. If you have any suggestions, ideas, or questions, hit me up. I'd love to help you out. So quickly on time. My cat is standing up right now, saying hi. Good. And if there aren't any more questions, we're slowly closing it here. Hey, how are you? How are you doing? How are you doing? All good? Okay. Want to lie down again? Yeah, so many cameras, right? And from there, we're slowly closing it. And I wish you a wonderful rest of the day. I hope to see you very soon. And let's rate somebody. This time I'm doing it better than yesterday, because yesterday I didn't check out the stream, and then it was already somebody hosting somebody else. I didn't know that would work like this. But let me just quickly check out if Loco is online or not. And working or streaming. Yeah, it's online. Okay. Then we can rate him. So wish you a wonderful rest of the day. And let's rate Loco right now. Yeah, what's up? What's up? My cat wants to say hello to you guys. Or wants to get a little bit more petting. More of the pets. Give me more of the pets right now. Please, give me more of the pets right now. Yeah. So have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye bye. Meow. Meow, 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 meow.